Cyclone Circus for ages 3 and up. By the way, it's a racing game, but it's a really good one, and I'm going to tell you why. So, what is Cyclone Circus? You've only seen the few bits of videos and my title to really judge it, but it is a game that was developed and published by PlayLogic. To my knowledge, this is their first ever game they came up with, and Cyclone Circus is, as you can see here already, a power sail racing game, as they like to subtitle it. Or more, in a sense, it's windsurfing racing. You're going to use the power of the wind to race through these courses and get from the start to the finish. The other thing this game has, obviously, is characters, and the characters are either over-sexualized, like the females, or with the males, it seems to be very stereotypical stereotypes of different parts of the world. But more importantly, yeah, this game has a heck of a lot of sex appeal with the female characters in the game. A couple of the males also have their own little details that you will notice later on. But there's nothing about this game, no marketing, no reviews, and it's a shame. Hopefully with this video today you'll discover why I love Cyclone Circus and why I call it a true hidden gem on the system. If you're new around here with my video content, I like to explain and talk about the different PS2 games that I've played during my challenge, and Cyclone Circus definitely is one of my standout titles. Not only that, I actually put this in one of my S tier ranking games because it is honestly a unique game of its time and honestly a standout PAL exclusive. Yes, if you didn't know anything about Cyclone Circus, this game only came out in PAL territories, but not only that, it seemed to have a very limited and tiny release of copies, because it's so hard to find a copy of this today if you're a collector, but it just seems like there's nothing online about it. There's no reviews, there's barely any promotion about this, and it's a real shame because there is some charm to this title. Cyclone Circus is a very unique racing title on the system. I honestly think it's a unique racer to this day, really, with how it is programmed for you to actually gain speed. There is a brake still, there's a brake button, but to actually keep your memento and your speed in this game, there's a very unique system, and the game does come with a tutorial that the devs added to help explain the weird and kooky and unique concepts of this game. The way you control your movement is on the bottom right corner there. You will see the wind gauge or the power glide gauge. With the right analog stick, you need to tweak your wing angle to match and hit that sweet spot that we're seeing, that yellow zone. Hitting that sweet spot consistently will make it so your car is running an optimal speed. After you get the use of the wind and the movement of that, the game also features a jump feature, which makes this game a little bit of a racer platformer. The platforming isn't too extreme, but you are able to freely jump wherever you like, not only off of ramps, but off of any flat terrain to help you with future advantages during races. And then one final tweak that the game has is not only can you power sail, but you can transform your sail into wings and glide. Quite a real unique racer, as you're seeing at the beginning here. So not only can we jump, we can glide gaps and clear massive open areas as long as we have and maintain an energy gauge. This is what I'm already starting to tell you of how seriously unique this game was, and I'm surprised it never really hit off, or maybe it was too complex or too technical for its time, but it plays very much like, you know, the Mario Karts and the Sonic Transformed Racing, where you're able to turn your car into a flying vehicle at certain points, But in this game in particular, you can freely do that if you feel confident enough that you're able to glide and clear gaps doing so. And then, like extreme sports games of its time, SSX and the motocross games, you can also do tricks in the air to maintain and earn points, but also build up a power and momentum bar to keep doing tricks. Especially these aerial tricks that we do while learning about this game in the tutorial. Momentum and tricks really will help you become an amateur to a pro later on, and you'll go through levels feeling so badass about it. It's such a start of this game. When you do the tutorial, feel the movement. It's a very unique game, like I said before. You need to understand everything that the game's throwing at you, but the game does a good job in explaining everything for you. This is another reason why I really like this game. Yes, there are manuals with every game on the PS2 anyway, but this game in particular had a tutorial because the developers knew that their game in particular was so unique, technical, and confusing to some. And it is when you do master this game later on, my god, I felt so alive while playing it. So once we have learnt the tutorial, there are many different modes, trick, single race, but world race is the circuit mode of this game, so it's what we were going to go and take on to complete this game. One of my only real sad gripes about this game is very short. There are 8 tracks we need to beat, and you only have to go through each track once to complete this game. To some people that might be a great thing. For me, with how much I was enjoying this game, I sometimes wish there was more, but this was the developers' first ever game, so I will give their ambition project some credit. It's a very technical standpoint game, it's a very unique experience of a game, so maybe they had a platform that they wanted to build on for future games in their development. But as I jumped into the race, I realised that, wait a minute, I was forced to use this character? With all those cool characters I saw at the beginning of the game, I want to be able to pick my character for this race. Surely there's a way for it. So we went back to the menu, went to World Race, and lo and behold, it's a really hidden option, but as you can see at the bottom, press circle and we can choose from different characters. At the beginning, there are only 3 of the wild characters though. But we're in the future, so I can actually show you all the characters with their little quips before you pick each one for a race. And then we can carry on talking about more why I like this game. So here is all the full roster of characters. When you complete the entire game, you unlock them all, and you'll hear little tiny quips to really give their character full characteristics, starting with Raoul.
Raoul. T'es sûr d'avoir ce qu'il faut? Svana.
I know I can beat them.
Dasha.
So, you think you can handle me, huh?
And as you can see, the characters as you go further down, or even when you start experiencing them all, they all have something as a selling point to about them one way or another.
Aniska.
Ready when you are.
Diego.
Diego in the house.
As said before, some are more just general characters or stereotypes, and others are sexualized quite a lot.
What's it gonna be, sweetie?
And sometimes the voice doesn't truly match the character.
Roy.
Are you a winner, Dopey?
Koketsune.
I was trained by the best.
And yeah, as you can see,
Oh, crush them all.
so you know, if you really want to teach your 3-year-old what character design's like, just start throwing in even nipple piercings to really sell it home. And finally,
What are you looking at?
Alara, who has one of the weirdest of the voice choices, but that is the full roster. And as you can see, and if you do pick them, every character has little quips as well to select, and they'll do something extra,
Good choice, Tiger.
as you can see. So there's that as well. Every character has a quip, and when you pick them, they also have unique quips. A bit of charm to it all. Let's see what I've never seen what Seamus does when you pick him, old nipple boy. Does nipple piercings have anything edgy to say when we pick him?
I'll lead you to victory.
Well, there you go. And that is the character roster.
Africana.
Roster. that is it. And then there are, as I said, 8 levels that you do eventually unlock as well. There is a difficulty level, but once you master it, I honestly don't think difficulty matters. But still, they're all the characters, they're all the levels. Let's go back to what I did and experienced about this game and show you more awesome gameplay and my experience and love for this tile. So with a character choice in tow with the 3 I could choose from, I went with Dasher. And with my first few minutes of the stage, I'm starting to understand it more. The jumping, the moving, the mechanics, especially the wind bar in the bottom right corner. That is obviously another thing that you really need to manage. And it's gonna be like everyone's experience. The first real half hour, you will have to learn the weight of the game, the mechanics of the game, how flight works, how tricks work, and it all is a little bit overwhelming. But trust me, really invest and start understanding this game, because once you do feel the game, my god, do you feel the game. As you do race and learn more about this game, the game doesn't really have any weapons or power-ups. There is one way to earn power-ups, and it's through the trick system. As you can see in the bottom left corner, I just did enough points and we earned a level of a cube in the corner. There are up to 3 different power-ups you can earn and use every time you do enough points with the orange bar, and it builds up to its max. You unlock the next level of the item cube. Level 1 gives you an auto trim, that ability in the corner where you don't have to use the right analog stick anymore to power up and keep it at a level. Level 2, you unlock the EMP, which lets you disable any racers around you. I don't really use the EMP though. I really don't need to rely on it. It seems once I got the hang of this game, I was pretty much soaring ahead in first. And then the third level, if you could build up that power bar to level 3, you get the boost. Pressing circle during any of the moments you have a level of a cube makes you use up the power up. However, it has to be said that the game doesn't explain that this power-up feature is in the game, at least not in tutorial mode. The only way I found out about this was reading the manual. So remember this if you ever do want to play it. That cube system in the corner is a power-up feature. Pressing circle at any time you have 1, 2, or 3 levels activated lets you use these abilities to your disposal. And that is the gist of how Cyclone Circus works. At the end of each race, you are graded on your position and how you finished. We got second here, we got silver. To my knowledge, while I was playing this, as long as you get first, second, or third, you can progress to the next part of the stage. It's as easy as that. It's just a real fun, chill time, this game. Honestly, not that overwhelming for anyone to really grab, and unlike other racing games I've played in this challenge, there's not even a super demanding skill level you need to have to be to experience the full content that this game has to offer. The real bonus and benefit of getting gold, silver, or bronze is the extra stat points you get to allocate at the end of every race. As you saw at the beginning, characters have a stat bar. With gold, you get 3 points to allocate, with silver you get 2, and bronze you get 1. You get to decide how you want to apply these upgrades every time you beat it, and it's a nice little system to really level up your character. Also, at the end of new levels you unlock, one, you get those cutscenes I showed off earlier from the different characters, and yeah, you get to see some raunchy poses from some of them. But not only that, you then get challenged, kind of like Super Smash Bros. And other games similar, challenger approaching situation. Once you master a level, the champion of that level will come and ask you to take him on. As you can see here, we've got to take on Diego. Once we beat Diego, we'll be able to unlock him as a new character. But not only that, the game is incredibly fair. Even during challenges against rivals or any race in particular, you can press start, restart the game, and look how instant that loading is. I've played so many games in this challenge already, especially any PS2 game really. You press start, you need to go through an entire loading screen again and have to redo an entire challenge again. Or even worse, you don't even get to retry. I'd have to go through an entire race to take on this challenger again. No, this game is incredibly fun and fair. Pressing start retrying again so you can unlock this character can be done until you do so, especially when you're trying to learn how to play this game more. And my god, honestly, as I watch myself play this again, I forgot how much I loved this game. But there are other levels of creativity that this game has that makes you want to be better or want to get to first place. That every time you get to first place, the game makes you feel ever so better. So far during this video, the music you've been hearing in the background has been from this game's soundtrack. I really adore this game's soundtrack, but the game and its soundtrack is so amazingly inputted during these challenge races that you need to listen to it yourself. So, first of all, I'm going to show you what happens when you remain in 6th place during this game.
One, go! You crazy?
It's pretty boring and lackluster, isn't it? It's a pretty terrible soundtrack. Why would this is not hype, this is not great, it's really terrible. What a terrible design choice of music, right? Well, let's see what happens if we start doing what the game wants us to do, be good, play good, and get to first place.
3, 2, 1, go! Auto trim activated. That's double. EMP activated. Times 3. Multiply. Speed activated.
You just feel that bass kicking in. You feel the music flowing with you. And my god, do you feel like you are becoming a true racer? And this applies to every stage. Get first and just feel that funky vibe that each soundtrack gives, as long as you maintain first place and feel like a true racer.
Talk about it.
Triple.
It can't be explained. Neither can it be
Multiply.
analyzed or even can it be
Wow, triple.
blow right over you like the waves taking the sand, or even the wind feeling
Times
the clouds
3.
in your mind. And believe me, house music can remove all the troubles that you had yesterday. So the best thing we can all do now, what I suggest, is that you start moving. Start moving in a new direction.
But that is Cyclone Circus to its core, to its gameplay, the design choices they went with, and I eventually play through this and beat all the world race modes, not only with just a victory, but a gold first place victory on every race. Like I said before, the heartbreaking thing about this game is it's incredibly short. Though there is only 8 tracks, you get to challenge each racer of each track to unlock more races, but apart from that, that is where the game starts and when the game ends. We fully get our victory, we get a sexy final cutscene with the character we complete with. Each character has one of these as well, just to add that last little bit of sex appeal for everyone. And after that's all said and done, it is a GG. We have fully beaten Cyclone Circus, gold, first place, and Dasher is incredibly happy. When you have the final victory with one character, you could go for golds on all characters if you wanted to 100%. And there's also an artwork gallery to unlock bonus characters and bonus content. Be warned, even the art gallery is not safe for kids.
Whoa, Twitch! Whoa!
Woohoo! I'm done there. Alright, a bit too horny character design for me. So yeah. 3+ everybody. 3+ this game was. Rated 3 my ass. There is no real credits of the game. We do try and find credits. Most of these racing games don't really have one, but there is a credits option on the screen. I let credits roll where credit is due, and all I can really say is I wish this game was discovered or was talked about more. It got locked away in PAL. No one else wanted to really push it. I think Japan would have enjoyed this. Hell, even I think North America, you would have grabbed it and played this. There is something about this game that today I think people would go, wow, this is great. It plays so well. If it had more levels, more maps, I can imagine an online mode would have been fantastic for this game. There are other games that play like this now, but this was a game ahead of its time, ahead of its design, its complexity, its technical aspect that I really wish more people enjoyed. So that is Cyclone Circus, a game innocent by the looks of it in design, but deep down, that age rating there, that 3, I don't know, I think the review board kind of screwed up a little bit. I mean, hell, as an example, Rumble Roses, even that got a 12+. I mean, if you know, you know about Rumble Roses. One day I'll play this in the challenge, and there's a selling point about Rumble Roses, and they didn't fully advertise the selling point of some points of Cyclone Circus, but still. 3+ was kind of rough. At least Germany, when they reviewed the game, they gave it a fairer rating, so the kids were a bit more cautious. Yeah, they gave it a 6. But anyway, that is Cyclone Circus. Anyone who watched this video and enjoyed it, please give it a go. Hell, it's so obscure and rare, but I want more people to discover this game. More people to talk about this game in a positive limelight. Go give it a go. Go play it however you can. Grab a copy, they're really hard to find, or other ways to enjoy it. Or maybe one day, if there's someone that has this existing out there, remaster it, bring it back. I know PlayLogic have went into bankruptcy, but maybe someone has the ability to bring this back for people to enjoy. Still, I hope you enjoyed my love for Cyclone Circus. It's a reason why I gave this one of its S tiers when I did our rankings. It is a true hidden gem, full of hidden gems, or maybe not so hidden. Still, please everyone, if you liked what you see, support Cyclone Circus one way or another. But until next time, thanks for watching another one of my videos.